Hey guys, it's Melanie and welcome to my beauty goals for 2015. Those of you that are fairly new to my channel, you may not be aware, but last year over the course of 2014, I put myself on a pretty strict beauty challenge where I was only allowed to spend $400 over the course of the year on beauty products. When I started that challenge out, I included everything from hair care to skin care to body care to makeup within that $400. And I quickly learned that I had to refine that because I thought that I had a bunch of backup products in terms of like shampoos and conditioners and like body care items. And I started going through a lot of that stuff fairly quickly once I stopped buying it as much as I was buying it in recent years. And so I was quickly using up a lot of that budget on basics like shampoos and deodorants and body lotions and things like that. And so after a couple months into the challenge, I decided to go ahead and take out things like hair care, skin care, and body care items, and I stuck to the makeup. So, however, being that I have this channel, it was still a huge challenge for me to stay within that $400 budget because we all know that makeup is expensive. Even if you're just buying it at the drugstore, buying 4 or 5 lipsticks at the drugstore can cost you $20, $25, depending on what brand you're choosing and whether you're able to get them on sale or not. I normally try to be a very savvy shopper. If I can, I will use coupons. I will wait for sales at my local drugstore. I don't do a lot of big ticket purchases at Sephora unless it's during one of their sales period, like the VIB or the Friends and Family. So I do definitely try to be really savvy about the money that I do spend. It certainly doesn't grow on trees. And I work very hard for my money. You know, I work as a wedding florist, and so I have a job outside of YouTube, and it kind of got to be to a point last year where right at the beginning of the year, I was like, ugh, like I work so hard and I spend so much of my money on like this beauty stuff, and yet I have so much already. I have an entire like Alex 9-drawer system here that is full. I am talking full of makeup. And last year I did several purge videos where I got rid of quite a bit of makeup, and a lot of it I handed down to my nieces after I sanitized it and all of that jazz, and they loved getting that stuff. And so I will certainly be doing a purge video at some point this year as well. It probably won't be until about the springtime, but do look forward to one of those happening again because I have, since my last purge, again accumulated more makeup, and it's just, every once in a while I feel like you should just get rid of some stuff. So anyway, I really want to do this challenge again this year, but I have decided to change the parameters just enough to where it makes it a little bit more doable and more realistic for me. I do make YouTube videos. I think that there is sort of that unspoken expectation that you show products on your channel that are new. I really enjoy doing reviews, and so I do purchase quite a bit just to be able to show on my channel. And obviously I try to only purchase things that I would also myself enjoy using. I'm not one of those people that purchases products, reviews them, and then returns them. Like, if I don't like something, yes, I will return it, but I don't purposely buy a bunch of stuff and then return it to the store. I'm not one of those types of reviewers. So I decided that this year I would give myself a budget of $700, and that sounds asinine. That sounds like so much money for just makeup, but do keep in mind that like I am purchasing a lot of this stuff to be able to feature on my channel. So $700 is a crazy, outrageous beauty budget for probably most people out there. And I'm not suggesting that you spend that type of money, but I basically spend my money to show you whether you should spend your hard-earned money on this makeup stuff, or if you should just save it for something else. So I really do enjoy doing this. I love my channel. in the last year, I've definitely put a lot more work into it, and I want to continue to improve and to give you guys useful information and just really help you, in deciding whether to purchase something or not, if that makes sense. So, $700 is the budget that I came up with. Last year it was $400. I blew through the $400 by the end of October, and so it wasn't enough. And that is just for makeup. So I'm not including hair care or body care or skin care. However, I do have rules for myself for those other items. So I cannot be purchasing a crap ton of backups. Like, that is one habit that I'm going to get out of. So I am going to use my products until they are done, and then I will reorder or repurchase at a store. And that goes for makeup as well. If I really like an eyeshadow palette, like this one here from Paula's Choice, I'm not going to automatically go and buy like a second one just to have as backup, because let's be completely honest, with all of the other crap that I already have, am I going to finish this entire eyeshadow palette? It will be years. I don't need a backup of it. And this is just one example of many. I really, in previous years, have been very quick to purchase backups of things that I have fallen in love with. There is no need for me to do that, because the amount of makeup that I have, it doesn't make sense to do that. So that is one habit that I'm really going to work on this year. I don't necessarily need a million backups of a certain kind of shampoo or conditioner. I can always repurchase it. Like, as I run out, just go buy it at that point. Like, I don't need to clog my bathroom with just this huge backstash of products. It's completely unnecessary. And most of the things that I use are very readily available. Tresemme hairspray will always be there. I don't need to buy 85 of them. So that's kind of the mind frame that I'm trying to change this year. I've decided to give myself 2 periods of time this year, 2 specific time periods, where I'm going to be doing a low buy. So those are months in which I am going to try really hard not to purchase anything and to sort of restrain myself so that I can make sure that I stretch my budget to last the entire year. The time that I really like to go shopping is probably mostly during the Sephora VIB sale. That's when I go crazy. I get gift cards for my birthday from friends and family. And then I also definitely spend some of my own money. And so I would rather save the bulk of my money for that time of year, because I love holiday sets. And I just feel like it's the most economical way to shop for makeup items, if that makes sense. So my low buy periods will be for January, February, and March. So the beginning of the year, because let's just face it, I bought a lot of stuff during the VIB sale that I need to be using right now. So I don't need to add a bunch of other stuff on top of the things that I just purchased over the holiday time, or that I got as gifts over the holidays. Then again, in July, September, and October, just July, August, and September. Apparently, I don't know my months of the year anymore. So July, August, and September, I will again be doing a low buy where I sort of scale back. Probably won't have a ton of new stuff to review for you during that time period. But I will spend more of my time reviewing the products that I already have, or doing tutorials and things like that. So 2 low buy periods during the year, and then the rest of the time, if I want something, I will buy it. However, another parameter that I've put in place for myself is to wait a minimum of 2 weeks before purchasing a high-end item. So drugstore stuff, usually a little bit more affordable, and if I want the new latest mascara at the drugstore, I'll just get it. However, if I want a really new, expensive, fancy mascara from Sephora or a department store brand, at Macy's or Nordstrom's, I need to wait a minimum of 2 weeks and see if I still want that product that badly at the end of that time period. Because I do find that I get this just urge, it's like a physical like reaction almost where I'm like, I want that. Like, and I just like go for it without even thinking like, lady, I have like 6 other mascaras going right now. You don't need another mascara. So again, it's changing that mindset. And because makeup is a little bit of an addiction for me, like I really do have to spell this stuff out for myself because otherwise I won't change my habits. And I really encourage you, if you are thinking about doing something like this, write it down because it makes a difference. When you look at it like every couple of weeks and remind yourself, it motivates you to stick to the game plan and to really follow through with something. So making sure that I wait at least a minimum of 2 weeks. If I still want it at that point, I can go get it. But I need to just think about especially higher end items a little bit more before I jump out and like start gobbling everything up, because that's the kind of stuff that makes me blow through my budget like there's no tomorrow. Okay, I need to continue with my weekly beauty baskets, and I was really lax in doing that this past year. I need to get back into it. This is something I've been doing for a couple of years now on my channel. It is where I go through my makeup stash and I pick out items and I use those items during the week, and then at the end of that week I put those items away and I grab a new stash of products to bring out and have on my table here in front of me. And those are the items that I will use during the week. Now, that doesn't mean that I can't go and like look for an eyeshadow. Like if Satin Taupe pops into my head and I'm like, it's not in my beauty basket, I can't use it. It's not like that. I can still go and grab Satin Taupe and use it. But the goal is to try to use some of the products that I haven't used in a number of months, if not years, because I just have so much and it just sort of like slips to the back, and you know how it goes. So what I'm sort of rethinking with my beauty basket is that I need to choose less products, because I am a creature of like I love variety. I need just a crap ton of products to choose from, or else I feel like I'm too like pigeonholed into something. However, I think that was mostly because I was doing the beauty basket like every 3 weeks. So I feel like changing it out every week, but maybe only grabbing 1 eyeshadow palette versus 4 is going to help me to really decide, one, whether I like the product or not. And when it comes time to do my purge, it's basically going to help me decide whether it's worth me keeping that or not. If I'm using that eyeshadow palette during the entire week and I'm just like, I hate this thing, I hate having to like keep using it, that's going to be a pretty good indicator for me that I can just get rid of it, pass it along. I have 2 beautiful nieces who are 13 and 17. They love makeup at this point. I can always give products to them and they would totally love it. Like they love getting high-end stuff. They love even getting drugstore stuff. So I have people who will take the stuff off my hands if I'm just tired of using it. So there's that. Just some other kind of random things in terms of like beauty. I need to stay on top of my hair way more than I have been. I look back at some of my other videos and I'm just like, I don't even know why I got on camera with my hair looking the way that it did. And right now, today's a good example. Like, I haven't cut my hair since September, and it shows. I need to pay more attention to my hair. So I'm going to make it a goal for myself to get a haircut every 3 months. It should really probably, because of the style of cut that I get, be every 2 months, but I pay a lot for my haircuts so that they look good, and so every 3 months is a little bit more realistic for me. By the time that I pay for like the tip and everything, that's close to $70. So, every 3 months I think is a good sort of time period, and I'm just going to try to make a little bit more of an effort to do my hair. I do have a lot of hair care products that have just been sitting there for quite some time because I've gotten so lazy with my hair. So I'm going to make it a goal to focus a little bit more on my hair again this year. Another thing that I'm really going to try to focus on is using up a lot of the perfumes that I have. I'm very careful to store my perfumes in a cool, dry, dark location so that they don't turn. However, I have noticed that some of my like really expensive perfumes don't smell the way that they used to, so they're sort of on their way out. I should probably just enjoy them before I have to throw them in the garbage because they start smelling like just pure rubbing alcohol. I already had to do that with one perfume. Luckily, it was just a Victoria's Secret one that I got on clearance one year. But man, when perfume goes bad, it goes bad and you don't want to wear it anymore. So rather than throwing the Miss Dior Cherie away at the end of this year because it's like awful, I'm just going to spend the next year wearing it as much as I possibly can and enjoying it. So that's another goal there. And just in terms of like my YouTube channel, I'm going to try to be consistent as much as possible. I would like to upload 4, maybe 5 days a week. 2 times a month, I hope to do a vlog or follow me around type video for you guys. I know that a lot of you really enjoy those, and I like having them just to look back on. You know, it's fun looking back on the ones that I did last year and some of the other ones that I've done in the past, just because it's fun to see Stella growing up. And a lot of you are so wonderful and you love watching Stella. And so I do want to make sure that, you know, I do keep her in my videos because, like I said, you guys do seem to really enjoy having her around. So I hope to do at least a minimum of 2 vlogs per month. They may not be terribly exciting. I mean, I'm always honest with you guys. My life really isn't that like glamorous. Like, I am mostly a stay-at-home mom when I'm not like in my busy season. Like, I just hang out with my kid, you know. That means like learning to potty train, doing dishes, vacuuming, like boring stuff like that. You know, when I'm in my busy season, that means that I'm doing a lot of floral orders for weddings and special events, and so life just kind of gets crazy hectic around that time. But, you know, I would love to share that with you guys if you're interested. So I don't expect everyone to watch my vlogs. Some people aren't into them, and that's totally fine. But I do get a lot of requests for them, so I hope to be able to produce some of those for you guys every month. And I want to be able to stay as consistent as possible responding to comments. That's one of my biggest things, is I love that connection with you guys. This is really one of the main reasons why I do this. Like, it's a great outlet for me because nobody in my real life really is into like the beauty stuff like I am. So this is a wonderful outlet for me to connect with people who also like obsess about makeup and candles and just random crap that people in my everyday life are like, why are you talking about that? So boring. Please stop. So I'm going to be really diligent about responding to comments. And just so you guys know, some of you, if I've never responded to one of your comments, it's because I can't. I just want to make sure that people know that like I'm not like ignoring anybody on purpose. I think it has something to do with like the Google Plus and whether we are like following in each other's circles. I still don't understand all of the changes that YouTube made last year. But if I've never responded to you and you keep leaving comments and you're like, what the F, lady? Like, can you just answer my question? Sometimes like I can't because it physically doesn't allow me to reply to you. So just know that. Instagram. If you have a question, like, I'm on Instagram all the time, so just leave me a question there. If you see that I haven't answered it on YouTube, definitely follow me on Instagram. And it's just MrKongsMom. Information is always down below on where to find me on Instagram. So, but yeah, I think that's mostly it. I've talked for quite a bit. For those of you that are going to ask, I know someone's going to bring it up. Am I doing like a candle no buy or low buy? No. And no, my candle reviews are not going anywhere. You will continue to see those mixed in with the beauty stuff because I love it. I don't expect everyone to watch all of my videos, but I do stuff on my channel that I like to do, because if this was like something that was like mandated, I would be like, dude, this sucks. I don't want to do it anymore. So I always like to do things that are just enjoyable to me. I love candles, and that is something that I really super got into last year, so you will continue to see candle videos from me. No, there will not be a low buy or a no buy this year for candles. That's just my obsession right now, and I do work like outside of YouTube, so I do make money, so I do have money to purchase all of these lovely candles that I have hidden around this room here. But I am going to make a little bit more of an effort to burn through my stash and not buy quite the crazy amount of backups that I did this past year. Because really, truly, Bath and Body Works, Yankee, a lot of other candle companies come out with a number of delicious new things. And so I should leave myself some room to try new stuff as well, instead of just sticking to like the tried and true favorites. So anyway, that was a lot of information. I'm so looking forward to this year, you guys. Like, personally, I've made a lot of changes, like with my work situation, and that means that I'm going to have a lot more time this year to dedicate to YouTube and to staying in contact with you guys, and it's just really, really exciting. If you guys are interested about some of like my more personal like life goals and changes that I've made and what my career or like work goals are, let me know down below. You know, I know that most of you are here just for like the beauty stuff, so just let me know down below if you're interested in a video like that. If not, totally fine. But I have made a lot of like really positive, wonderful changes in my personal life as well, and if you're interested, I'm happy to share that with you. So thank you so much for watching. I am so looking forward to this year with all of you. I hope that you had a great holiday season, and let this be our year. There's a giant box here of things that I need to share with you guys. I should get on that. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.